हेलो दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका टफ स्टोरी के एक छोटे से पार्ट में जो हमारे बड़े पॉडकास्ट का एक स्पेशल हाईलाइट है। अगर आपको ये क्लिप पसंद आए तो पूरा पॉडकास्ट जरूर देखें। लिंक आपको मिल जाएगी डिस्क्रिप्शन एरिया के अंदर।
Kids, at what age do you say that he knows or he has to figure something out, right? Kids may have passion. बच्चे जब है मैं फुटबॉलर बनना चाहता हूँ, नहीं तो मैं पायलट बनना चाहता हूँ, right? But at some point as a parent you will say, nahi, you probably don't know what you're talking about, and you can't follow your passion. I mean, we may complain about us as kids, but maybe we do the same thing to our kids. Where
I disagree.
do you have kids?
Yeah, I have a child, a 6-year-old daughter, right?
Okay, good.
So I disagree. So let's say my daughter again. For me, the humans are machines, right? So when I had daughter, she was like the most beautifully untrained AI in front of me. So I would do this thought experiment.
Untrained AI.
Every human is, when the child is born, they're untrained AI, right? वो घर में रहता है. And आपको पता होगा जब when you had a child, when both of them, when they were till up to 1 year, you would know कि अच्छा इस टाइप का रो रहा है मतलब उसको खाना खाना है, पता था. And as they grow up, you start मतलब the predictability reduces. Why? Because the number of variables are exposed, right? As the AI, as a neural network, when they're in home, you as a parent know all the variables that the network is being exposed.
Once they go to school,
the number of variables goes up. When they start going out to the field to interact with other children, the number of input to the algorithm is going up, right? So you as a parent start losing the predictability on your child.
At some point you realize you can't live their life, you don't know exactly what is happening.
क्या चल रहा है उनके दिमाग में? So they're nothing but an AI. Not artificial, but
I'm just figuring out. मेरे माइंड में कुछ और चल रहा था जब आप ये बता रहे हो कि आजकल ये अनकॉन्शियसली सारे स्टार्टअप फाउंडर्स के माइंड में आ गया है कि हर जगह AI यूज करना है। आपने बच्चे के अंदर भी AI देख लिया है।
because
it was intelligence. Now you're artificially infusing AI into it.
Because see, when we were studying computers, right, we studied about associative memory, backpropagation algorithms. And that is exactly how in computer science, the whole AI is nothing but trying to mimic how what human intelligence has achieved and our understanding of the human brain. That is nothing but what we are trying to mimic in AI world, right? And that was always my area of interest. When we were studying computers, right, we studied about associative memory, backpropagation algorithms. And that is exactly how in computer science, the whole AI is nothing but trying to mimic how what human intelligence has achieved and our understanding of the human brain. That is nothing but what we are trying to mimic in AI world, right? And that was always my area of interest.
What's your definition of intelligence? I'll come to why I'm asking this question. I've been having hours and hours of discussion with some of my walking mates on what is intelligence. Let's say human intelligence. And what does it mean for a machine to have intelligence?
Maybe you're asking AGI or intelligence.
No, I'm just asking humans or animals, what is intelligence?
For me, it's a reasoning network, right? End of the day, that is what...
Reasoning with what?
Just
objective.
Like for example, you take a fly, right? It's a very... but still as a neural network, if I feel vibrations, I should fly away, right? Now that for me is an intelligence. Though the housefly can only do that. They can only have intelligence to कुछ तो vibration हवा में महसूस हुआ, डेंजर है तो चलो यहाँ से उड़ जाते हैं, है ना? That is intelligence.
तो वो तो ट्रिगर हुआ ना कि ये हो रहा है तो ये करना है.
But how did that happen in nature? If you look at, there is no it's not it is an electronic object, but then look, like housefly has an array of networks. So the way we do neural network, there's a set of networks, they're interconnected.
But what is the optimization or the goal? What is the goal with which the
reward
network
function. Is the reward function, right?
So, and what is that reward function in your mind of human, animals, life?
Which is, as humans, biologically speaking, the reward function is the dopamine that gets released in our body. That's one of the primary reward functions that humans
as
have.
A species or as...
Now, as humans, it is dopamine effect. As other species, it is survival, right?
Survival. I think...
Yeah, because as humans, if you look at, we are a species who has crossed the fact that we won't survive anymore. Nobody thinks so. Hence, we are going beyond survival, right? We value frontal cortex a lot than any other living species out there, right?
So, that was my hypothesis that intelligence is about your prime directive is survival.
The cost function is survival. The reward function is survival.
Every adaptation, every evolution is still anchored to that survival instinct.
Yes. But for humans, it is not. Humans, it is the dopamine.
But Maybe that's the short-term effect, but the long-term directive is probably still
survival.
survival.
Fair.
So
Well,
then, what does artificial intelligence? What does
Yeah.
intelligence mean?
For me, it's the architecture diagram. Again, I'm a computer science grad. So for me, it's not the outcome. The way it is architected, the way you architect reasoning, that is AI for me. Right? The way you design neural network, the way you have different weights associated to different things, and you have the error flowing back. That is really cool. So yeah, so child for me is like a, and I always wanted to have a child because of that. Because bachpan mein itna padha tha, like the hell, how memory works. It's like we suddenly, if you look at, we're talking and suddenly some memory comes back, right? And that in computer science called associative memory, right? And you see that in action in a child. Okay. Because child is very vanilla, right? They have not been, and that is when you see all the algorithms studied in action.
Hope your wife doesn't watch this. I had my child because I wanted AI.
ये तो experiment कर रहा है.
उम्मीद है ये वीडियो आपके लिए यूजफुल और इंटरेस्टिंग रहा होगा। इस वीडियो को लाइक करना ना भूलें और टफ स्टोरी को यूट्यूब और सारे सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पर फॉलो और सब्सक्राइब भी जरूर कर दीजिए। पूरा पॉडकास्ट देखने के लिए लिंक मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन एरिया में दे दी है, जहां पर जाकर जरूर चेक करें। ये था एक काफी इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो और मैं आपसे मिलता हूं हमारे अगले वीडियो में। तब तक के लिए गुड बाय।